Hi gang, Diana here. Thanks for stopping by today. Welcome to the studio. I'm going to get busy and create a bunch of this card, and the elements are from a card kit, I think it was October, from Simon Says Stamp. And I just wanted to show you how I went about deciding how to make this. There's the card kit. Really great little squirrels and mushrooms and fun stuff, and also these little bee acorns, which really feel neat and nice. They actually feel like acorns. But the big inspiration in this kit for me was this wonderful Lawn Fawn Autumn Plaids paper, and that's where I went first into my Distress ink book and matched up the papers with some Distress inks. So I have the dried marigold, the mustard seed, and spiced marmalade. I threw in some rusty hinge just in case. And then for the cool colors, I chose, I think it was, yes, tumbled glass, which is here. Very nice light color, and peacock feathers. And I thought both of these would be a really nice blend for my elements. Okay, now with the voiceover, I'm just showing you, I wanted to get that Polaroid look, and I didn't have a Polaroid die cut, so I just used the big wonky rectangles from Dynamics, and I used the second one in from the largest. And then also Dynamics was a square, pierced square, and that was just what I had, and I made do with that. And you could certainly easily cut your own pieces from this. The dies are nice and easy to use and certainly speed things up. So I did do, you can see on the left, I did some ink blending, and I'm just finishing up with the one on the right. I am stamped and cut out a bunch of that big squirrel in, I think it was fog gray. I'll link below, of course. And I trimmed those out and just set them aside. And then a big piece of paper I stamped all over with Versamark, and then a white embossing ink, or rather embossing powder, and embossed that using, there were so many little elements in there. It made a really nice background pattern, and I wanted to introduce white somewhere in this card because it's the only white in the card. And I do love my color. So I go ahead and I trimmed up all of those the cardstock into cards, and then I'm trimming here, trimming out a top layer for the cards, and just trimming that down to, I think it was for the most part maybe 5 by 4 1/4, or it was the whole front at 5.5 inches high by 4 or 3 1/4, just to leave a little edge, you know, whatever you like, and you can vary that up. That's kind of a fun thing to do. So I'll go ahead and finish those all up, and now I'm back with blending, and I have that embossed white, and I'm going to blend in with some Distress. That is the dried marigold, and I'll just blend that out, you know, starting off the paper and on that nice Ranger craft mat, and blending in. I do have a big craft mat that covers my whole work surface. I find it very, very useful. I always link the craft mat below, and it's a handy thing to have. So you can see how nicely that picks up just the pattern. Ooh, sorry about that, shaky. There's my window all dried, I hit it with the heat gun and used the antistatic bag to make sure it wasn't going to stick to the ink. And just go ahead and shake on some of that embossing powder. And I'll go ahead and heat that up. As you can see, I do like to use that bowl and coffee filter. I find that it really does kind of confine the powder to some degree, and it is a mess. What can I say? But I love to watch. I love embossing. It's just so much fun to watch that color change. And there's that finished. And here's a couple of items I used for embellishing: the stickles and some little lawn fawn wood veneers, I believe. Yeah, veneers. And I'm just going to put this all together now with that. Was a nice blue. And as I was cutting, I cut a bunch of strips of the cardstock to make banners. And I just cut them at different angles at the bottom. Or where you cut up the middle and then in from each side. I think I demoed that. And then I just put them where I wanted them. That was a little crooked cut, but it worked out great. Narrower at the edge. I kind of like that. And then askew. I like to put things askew. I think it just adds interest, but you sure can do whatever you want. I think maybe I got the jumping off point from this design was Vicky over Clips and Cuts. And you add your own little 2 cents to it and have a little fun. Get back to normal time here. As squirrels on, here comes the acorn. I might suggest that was not the best glue on the back of that you might want to hit it up with just a little bit more glue. And I've got the stickles out. I'm just making sure it doesn't burp and leave a big smudge. So put a good bit of that stickles on, and then the lawn fawn little heart, so cute. What are they called? Wood veneer. It's a wood veneer, and I'm using my tweezers to try to get it in a good spot. And smush it down so that the stickles bloops out. And I did bloop it a little bit too much on that one side, so I will take my stickles and add a little more all around. And you can see it's imperfect. Oh my, imperfection. Anyway, we won't worry about imperfection. We'll just add a little bit more stickles around the edge, and your recipient will be so thrilled to see that you made a card for them. So I've made about 6 of these, I think. So I'll make a couple more different cards. I love Thanksgiving cards. They're probably my favorite to make because of the color and the sentiment. And it's a little unexpected to get a Thanksgiving card. So there's the finished card, and I will be saying goodbye. But up atop there, you'll see 2 videos and a subscribe. So you can click on either one of those. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. See you soon, gang!